Hello, my name is Hayden Badendijk, and this is my American Government course project about executive orders. So the first question we need to ask ourselves is, what is an executive order? According to the American Bar Association, an executive order is the signed, written, published directive from the President of the United States that manages operations of the federal government. Basically meaning that the President has the ability to sign a piece of paper, and they go by numbers, that the executive orders go by numbers, so each one has its own number, and it's just basically giving information about what the president, how he wants to take course of action on a certain topic. One thing to know is that executive orders are not legislation. This is meaning that they do not have to pass through Congress, but the one thing that Congress can do is in the future they can make like laws to make executive orders go by like a lot harder to happen by for presidents to do so, but because Congress and the president may disagree on certain topics, and it makes it just harder to pass laws. So that goes into the pros of an executive order, and the pros is that an executive order has the ability to have things go by really fast. Like that's in that moment, it almost immediately happens. They're really efficient, and they primarily target lagging areas in production output. So basically, the president has to wait for the laws to pass through Congress to get what he wants done. But there's also cons to this. They may not always be constitutional, so the president may overstep his power and use it for his personal self, which is not really what the president should stand for. Their job is to make sure our country stays free and abides by the Constitution and not do things for his personal use. They can also ignore input from the citizens. This is because they go out so fast that the president has no time to get citizens input, but sometimes it needs to get done out fast because there's no other options, and it needs to be conflicts need to be resolved really quickly. And then I have some fun facts about who used the most executive orders. Coming in third place is Calvin Coolidge with 1,203 executive orders during his presidency. In second, we have Woodrow Wilson with 1,803 executive orders in his presidency. And then number one, it's like almost doubling these people, or over double, is Franklin D. Roosevelt with 3,721 executive orders. So I wanted to go over a good use of an executive order. This would be during the Great Depression when President Roosevelt used one to create the Civil Works Administration, which created about 4 million jobs. A little facts about the Great Depression is that it was the longest and deepest downturn in the history of the United States. So people were on the street homeless. They were not living the best lives. After the stock market crash, everything for about a 10-year period was just declining, and it was hard to find jobs. So this is considered a good use of an executive order because he took fast action in making jobs for the people, so they can start making money, so they can start putting money back into the economy get the economy to lift itself back up. Then I have some pictures, if you look at my slideshow, of the Civil Works Administration. So on the left side of the PowerPoint is just a picture of it's like protect your hands, like a little poster that you would hang around, or that the president would try to use to get people to start working to help boost the economy. And on the right of the slideshow, there's pictures of people waiting lines for food, and people with signs around their body saying they need a job. So the Civil Works Administration gave them the opportunity to get those jobs to get themselves out of poverty. A bad use of an executive order. So during World War II, when the Pearl Harbor attacks happened, people got fearful about the Japanese, and they became against them, and they gained fear. So there's an executive order issued to remove all Japanese from the states and send them to internment camps, which is I would believe is unconstitutional, and it should be. This is viewed as a bad executive order because it's generalized to an entire race of people and unconstitutionally took them out of their own homes and dehumanized them because imagine getting stripped from your own home, and you have to live in harsh, crowded conditions where it's only your people. You don't get to live in the land of the free, but instead you're contained like an animal into like a little like guarded gate, and that's not. That was again. I think that was a bad use of an executive order. On my slideshow, I have pictures of the internment camps of all the Japanese Americans lined up around their houses, and a big just one big picture of one of the internment camps, and it's all bolted together in one small area. And then I have on the right of the slideshow, I have a picture of the Japanese, like the executive order. They go place these flyers around saying that they're going to take them out of their homes, basically. So that's the picture of that. To wrap it up, I would like to say executive orders are a way for presidents to make quick decisions without having to wait for the approval of Congress. And depending on a person's morals and belief in government, an executive order can be viewed negatively and positively. Thank you for your time.